Hey man, as we know, the NFL is loaded with talent at every single position. I can give you an example. With the wide receiver position, we have this three-headed monster race between CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, and Jamar Chase. But recently, guys like Puka Nacua, Jackson Smith, Njigba, and George Pickens, out of all people, have thrown themselves in the conversation of being a top receiver or the top receiver in the NFL. But some guys, they don't get mentioned. Some guys don't get all-pro selections, Pro Bowls, or Player of the Week selections. And in today's video, I just want to highlight some very underrated performances in 2025. Rather, it's a rookie breaking out for more than 10 sacks, a underrated corner who's been under the radar his entire career, a veteran. I just want to get into some underrated talent in 2025. So let's get straight into the video. Now, to start the video off, man, we got to go to my favorite player from the 2025 NFL Draft, and that is James Pearce Jr., man, from Tennessee. He had 10 sacks in his rookie year with the Atlanta Falcons, and that's the most since Micah Parsons' rookie year. Now, no, I am not saying that he's going to be Micah Parsons-esque. He's going to be this dominant edge rusher for the next 15 years. No, but I just want to highlight how good he's been all year, man. Now, coming out of Tennessee in 2024, actually, he was supposed to be the guy, right? In 2023, in his sophomore year, he broke out, and in 2024, he's supposed to build on top of that. But dude, just to some underrated play from James Pearce Jr. He kind of fell in the draft. He was kind of forgotten about, and the Atlanta Falcons traded up to get him, and that was probably the steal of the first round. And when we look at his first 8 games in the NFL, he only had a grand total of a half sack. And a lot of people say, you know, he's a buzz. And you have some guys like me saying, yo, give him time to develop. Obviously, the NFL game is a lot different than the college game. But people want immediate impact right then and there. And then week 9 comes, and they're in, I think, Germany versus the Colts. And he gets his first official sack. And ever since then, to end the season, he had 10 sacks, man. Now what makes James Pearce so dominant or so dynamic to me is that his first step is really, really good. Now, coming out of Tennessee, man, when you watch his college film, he had an explosive first step, and that's how he won a majority of his pass rush reps, was off that first step. And in 2024, he developed some pass rush moves, and I want to say versus the Jets, versus Ahmed Mimble, he hit this nasty, disgusting spin move on the rookie, bro. Rookie on rookie crime is nasty work. But look, man, James Pearce Jr. has developed into a really good pass rusher, and as you can see on the screen, man, he has some really good pass rush moves. He has a couple games where he has 2 sacks. Again, the most sacks since Micah Parsons. And unless you're a Falcons fan or just a die-hard NFL fan, James Pearce Jr. is not really being talked about. And again, because he's one of my favorite players in the NFL, I gotta bring him up. 10.5 sacks as a rookie is really, really good. I'm hoping in 2026 and beyond, he can build on top of that with the confidence and be a dominant edge rusher for the foreseeable future. Now, staying on the defense side of the ball and moving to another team in the NFC South, from the Carolina Panthers, cornerback Michael Jackson. Not that one, but the cornerback Michael Jackson, man, a very underrated player in his entire NFL career. The 6'1" corner from Miami University in Florida. The dude this year, he actually blew up, and a lot of us, including myself, really, got to see him dominate in the wildcard round versus the Rams. He had 8 targets, only allowed one reception for 18 yards. And we know the Rams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Javonte Adams, they got weapons all over the place. And the fact that you only allowed 1 reception for 18 yards and that's it, nothing more, nothing less, speaks volume, man, to this underrated quarterback. Now, he had about 4 interceptions in 2025, but he did allow around 711 yards off 100 targets and 56 receptions. That's 56% on the dot. And I mean, yeah, wasn't the best. He had a 75 QBR when being targeted, and I mean, just a very underrated career. No, he's not. I mean, a season. No, he's not PS2. He's not Gonzo, I mean, he's a very underrated corner, and at times when you watch him on film, he looks very dominant out there. I can't even lie. Watching that wild card game, he looked very, very good. And even when J.C. Horn went out, he was like, "Yo, I got this." You know, playing up against Puka Nacua, like, dude was looking very, very good, and it was just an underrated season for him. And I'm hoping that he can build on top of that going into 2026. Okay, so now this next player, he's finna get paid big time in this offseason. He signed to the Dallas Cowboys for 1 year and $3 million. It is the running back Javonte Williams. Dude had 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns in 2025. And again, off 1 year, $3 million. Now, yes, at times he did struggle, like versus the Panthers. He had 13 carries, 29 yards, or like the Broncos, which he still had 2 touchdowns, but 13 carries, 41 yards. But overall, off 1 year, $3 million, that is a crazy return on investment. Off 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, this dude is finna get paid in the offseason. And in an era where we don't really value running backs, that is a really good value for 1 year, $3 million. I'm hoping he gets a really big contract in 2026. I'm very pro player getting their money, okay? And again, very underrated. No Pro Bowl, no All Pro season, nothing crazy. And you still have, and you also play in a very pass-heavy offense with Dak slinging that rock to All-Pro CeeDee Lamb, and now All-Pro, I think it's All-Pro, and George Pickens, and you still muster up 1,200 yards. And then also going into the season, Miles Sanders, I forgot the other running back name, but he was kind of in the mix. Like, they were kind of toting around about, you know, who can be the running back one going into the season. But it's clear as day. Javonte Williams was the running back one from the get-go. He did battle some injury problems in Denver, but it was just this year. Like, this year he just put it all together. He played out his full potential, and I love seeing that. This dude's finna get paid. I love seeing players getting paid off, you know, after being like a afterthought, basically. Now, our last guy, you know, I get it. He will never be a top tier quarterback. Okay, he will never be a highest paid 5 years, $250 million kind of quarterback. He is a journeyman backup. Like, he's forever that guy, kind of like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, and it is Jacoby Brissett. Now, Jacoby Brissett, again, he was a backup for the Cardinals, and the moment Kyler Murray went down with an injury, all hopes, everything went down the drain. But for some reason, Kyler Murray, his first start versus the Colts in Indy, he had 320 yards, 2 touchdowns. Although he threw a pick, the dude looked really, really good, and expectations kind of shifted once again. They played Green Bay, and they almost won. You know, they lost 27-23, but another 279, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and they beat Dallas on Monday Night Football on Thursday night. It was one of the two, and once they won that game, everything shifted. Now, no, he did not turn the season around. Obviously, the Cardinals are a bottom 5 team in the NFL. He went 1-11 for the year, but the point is that 3,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He looked really, really good. The Cardinals were kind of competing in some of the games just because of Jacoby Brissett, and I mean, I really am hoping that Jacoby Brissett gets not another chance, but, you know, he gets his pay and he gets recognized, because he's a serviceable backup. Like, he's gonna keep the ship floating. Now, he's not gonna be the commander, but he can keep it floating for a week or two. If a guy like Joe Burrow goes down, heaven forbid Drake May goes down, and you got Jacoby Brissett, man, you good. Like, he can still sling that thing. Like, he can still give it to Jamar Chase. Here's 120, you know what I'm saying? Here's your George Pickens, you know what I'm saying? I mean, overall, I just think Jacoby Brissett, what he can do with his veteran presence and him having really good experience, like, he can provide a lot. And it kind of went under the radar how good he did in my eyes. But that's going to pretty much do it, man. These are some of my underrated players of 2025. You know, not the most glamorous names, obviously, because they're underrated players, but, you know, just players that don't get highlighted every day. And I just wanted to highlight them, give them their flowers for the 2025 year. And make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And we out, man. Peace.